I'm Emily, and I'm about to share a story that chilled me to the bone, a tale that unfolded in the dimly lit hallways of my ancestral home, revealing a horror intertwined with a baffling mystery. The grand old mansion had been in my family for generations. It was a stately, imposing structure, its walls adorned with portraits of my forebears. One portrait, in particular, held an unsettling fascination for me, a portrait of my great-grandmother, Lady Evelyn. Lady Evelyn had lived a reclusive life in the mansion, shunning society and rarely seen outside its walls. She was said to be a woman of mystery, and her portrait reflected that enigmatic aura. Her eyes seemed to follow you, and her smile held a hint of something sinister. One stormy evening, as I wandered the mansion's labyrinthine hallways, I found myself drawn to the portrait once more. The flickering candlelight seemed to breathe life into Lady Evelyn's eyes, and I couldn't help but feel that she was trying to convey a message to me. As I gazed at the portrait, a whispering breeze swept through the hallway, ruffling the curtains and making the candles flicker. I strained to hear, and in the faintest of voices, I thought I heard Lady Evelyn's name. A shiver ran down my spine. Could it be possible? Had the portrait spoken? I dismissed it as a trick of the wind and tried to put it out of my mind. But Lady Evelyn's eyes haunted my dreams that night. The next evening, I found myself drawn to the portrait once more. The whispering breeze returned, and this time, the voice was unmistakable. It was Lady Evelyn, and she was calling to me, her voice tinged with desperation. "Emily," she whispered, "find the truth." The command sent a jolt of fear through me. What truth did Lady Evelyn want me to uncover? I knew little about her life, but there were whispers that she had been involved in something scandalous, something the family had buried deep within the mansion's walls. Determined to uncover the mystery, I began to delve into the mansion's history. I searched the archives, scoured old diaries, and spoke to the few surviving relatives who remembered Lady Evelyn. What I discovered sent chills down my spine. Lady Evelyn had been accused of witchcraft. In a dark period of paranoia and superstition, the townsfolk had turned against her, convinced that she was a practitioner of the dark arts. They had condemned her to be burned at the stake. The night before her execution, Lady Evelyn had disappeared, leaving behind only the enigmatic portrait that now hung in the mansion. The family had kept her story a closely guarded secret, fearing the stigma that came with accusations of witchcraft, but Lady Evelyn's voice continued to haunt me, urging me to find the truth that had been hidden for generations. As I delved deeper into her story, I stumbled upon a hidden chamber within the mansion, a chamber filled with forbidden texts, herbs, and arcane symbols. I realized that Lady Evelyn had indeed practiced witchcraft, but not in the malevolent way the townsfolk had believed. She had been a healer, a woman with a deep connection to nature and the old ways. She had used her knowledge to help those in need, but her benevolence had been twisted into accusations of witchcraft. The more I uncovered, the more I became convinced that Lady Evelyn's disappearance was no mere escape. It was a deliberate act to protect the secrets of her craft. She had hidden within the mansion, bound by a powerful spell, her spirit trapped within the portrait that now hung in the hallway. With newfound determination, I sought out a way to release Lady Evelyn from her ethereal prison. I studied her spells and incantations, hoping to find the key to her release. And one stormy night, as I stood before her portrait, I found it. I recited the incantation, my voice trembling with a mixture of fear and hope. The candles in the hallway flickered wildly, and the portrait of Lady Evelyn seemed to come alive. Her eyes, once cold and distant, now held a warmth that reached into my very soul. A gust of wind swept through the hallway, and Lady Evelyn stepped out of the portrait, her form ethereal and radiant. She smiled at me, a smile of gratitude and relief. "Thank you, Emily," she whispered, her voice no longer filled with desperation but with a serene sense of freedom. With that, Lady Evelyn's spirit ascended, leaving behind a sense of peace that permeated the mansion. The whispers that had haunted me ceased, and the enigmatic portrait of my great-grandmother remained forever still. The mystery of Lady Evelyn's life had been unraveled, and her restless spirit had found the release it had longed for. The mansion, once shrouded in darkness, now held a sense of tranquility, as if Lady Evelyn's benevolent presence still lingered, watching over the family she had protected for generations.